Hey, all you mother buckers out there. Welcome back to Baxter's Blades. Meow. This video is about my love, my addiction to the Buck 110. I used to never really be into Buck as much, except when I was a kid. They were the most badass knives around. And when I started collecting, I got into moderns, then I got into slip joints, and I picked up my very first Buck 110 125th or 120th anniversary of Buck knives, not to be confused with the anniversary of the Buck 110. This is 420 high carbon stainless steel. Look at that point. Just look at it. They're ebony and brass. Now, I do not call these bolsters and liners because they are all one piece. I call the brass scales. They're like the covers, the scales. And then the wood would be the inserts, technically. You can call them what you want, though. This is a Walmart edition, came with a coin and a black sheath. I ordered it for $40. I was going to send it to my father for his birthday. It's a little too overkill for him. He's in his 70s. He doesn't hunt anymore. And so I'm like, well, I'll keep it. I carry this to work and I don't worry about it. Fantastic knife. That's the first Buck 110 I've purchased. And coming from the background of slimmer, easier carry, I wanted to pick up the Slim Pro. This is the old one in their brown Mikata. Now, this is not the pocket clip it came with. This is a Spyderco pocket clip. I like the looks of it better. The pocket clip it came with works just fine. I just figured I wanted to doll this one up because I really love this brown Mikata. It's got a thumb stud. It is very thin. Do a little size comparison. Definitely easier to carry if you got shorts on or you don't want to put your Buck 110 in a sheath on your belt walking around the city. The blade, clip point blade, is definitely different. You can see this is a more modern clip point. Some people hate it, some people like it. I like them both because I love the Buck 110. This is Boss heat treated. They're all Boss heat treated, by the way. S30V. Absolute fantastic knife. They have a version of the Slim Pro now. They're the TRX. They are in G10, green, orange, and black. And they're torque screws. That's what the TRX stands for, so you can disassemble it, clean it. A lot of modern knife guys like that ability. This is a pin construction, which kind of scared me, thinking that, oh man, the fit and finish, if it's bad, I can't take it apart and adjust it, but this thing came perfect. Dead down the center. I love this knife. I still carry it. I'll leave the blade out here. As my fascination continued, I kept seeing this, the Cabela's Alaskan guide. I am a huge fan of black blades. You can see I haven't used it that much. It'd be all scratched up because that's what happens to black blades. But this is like a Cerakote coating. They used to have a different coating for their earlier models of this. Like I said, it's a Cabela's Alaskan guide. It comes with a burgundy sheath. This is an S30V, and they called it rosewood, which I'm not sure. I mean, a lot of their Dymalux insert woods are a treated wood to keep it from rotting. It's really great. It's like it's coated. It's probably like epoxy saturated. Dymalux. Look it up. Good stuff. But I think they just put like a red dye to it and called it rosewood. But then again, it could be rosewood. I have no idea. You can find these. I found them online. I don't think you can buy them online anymore. You might be able to find them in the store or at Bass Pro. Beautiful. I'm a huge fan of red and black. Excuse me. And gorgeous knife. I've been looking around forever. I do prefer the clip point with a buck, but they have these drop points on their special web exclusives from the Buck Factory. I haven't seen them anywhere else. You pretty much get them from Buck. And this is a really nice ebony that it comes with. You can build the 110 with a drop point, but I don't think it has a nail nick on the S30V, and this one has a nail nick, and it is Boss S30V. Now, if you build one, it's going to come out to be more expensive than this. Can't remember what I paid. I think these were like 120, maybe 130. I think I got it for about 105 bucks. No pun intended. Nickel silver bolsters, nickel silver pins, beautiful drop point. Look at the thickness of the blade all the way to the tip. Now, the Boss heat treated is strong, but if you go to try to pry something with the tip, which you should never do with a knife, that's what screwdrivers are for, and pry tools, the tip may break on the clip point. But if you have one of these drop points, look at the thickness. I don't think that's going to happen. Very stout. These all come extremely sharp from the factory. Now, some people love the look, some people hate it. It doesn't give me the fizz like the clip point, but a fantastic knife. I could not have built this in the custom shop for the price I got this for. Also picked up a 112 to have a matching. Now, the nickel silver is very nice. It doesn't patina like the brass as easy. Some people like it, some people don't. I just wanted to try it. I think it looks really good. And when I built my custom 110, I opted for brass. One of these days, I will get a buffalo with nickel silver. Well, when I went to visit the Buck Factory, when I was over there in Idaho, Post Falls, I had to stop in, check out their buck shop. I have told the story of this in the video. This is like Honduras, I think it was Honduras ebony, which is different than the other ebony they get, obviously. Brass, and this is just a normal Buck 110 with 420 Boss heat treated steel, but I really like the inserts here. They remind me of the older 80s Buck ones that had the tiger striping in it. Now, I don't have any real old Buck 110s. The design has changed slightly over the years. In the 60s and 70s, they were more of a blockier handle shape, and there's been some debate on what is better. And I really like that they went with this, and they chamfer off the edges a little bit more. It's less blocky. It feels really good in the hand. They're all fantastic. It's all a matter of preference. There's a Buck 110 out there for you for sure. Picked this up from the shop. It was hidden in the back, and I don't know. I'm not going to get into the story again. $66 deal. Always wanted one of these. This is the Sport Pro. It is a full-size buck, but it is aluminum, Cerakoted with blacked hardware, green Mikata inserts, which came really dark, by the way, from the factory. I think it was oiled up, and now that it's been out, it's drying up a bit. I really like that dry look. Works really good for grip. And when it rains out, it works really good. It has a nice clip, so if you don't like to wear your buck in a sheath on your belt, you can slip this in the pocket It is, like I said, full-size thickness, but very light being aluminum. This one has 2 black thumb studs, ambidextrous. The pocket clip is not, you cannot swap it to the other side for being ambidextrous, but forgot to mention on this one, you can on the Slim Pro and the TRX. You can remove the pocket clip, remove these screws, and put it there if you're a lefty. Sometimes I keep this in my left pocket though, and I still don't have a problem. So this is what the Torx screws look like. You got T6s for the covers, the back, excuse me, it's over here. You got a T8 for the pivot. So if you use it a lot and it gets dirty and you want to take it apart, you can. It's fantastic. Steve over at the Saw Grunt recently picked one of these up. Just a beautiful, awesome knife. No nail nick, but you don't really need them on these knives. You can see you can just pinch it and open it. Like I said, I wanted these. Are about $145. Found a screaming deal for $100. Now, if I can get S30V and a $110 for $100, compared to a lot of modern knives and modern blade steels, fantastic. Now, it's not a flipper. Can't just flip it open because it's a lockback. But you can get it to this position and just snap it open. So it's not a fidgety knife, though I do fidget with these. Just be careful when they close. It'll bite ya. Well, blade out. Doing the salute, blade out salute. Well, had to pick up a custom, finally. And that's the hardest part about picking a custom, is picking what combination. Nickel silver, elk, brass, pins, no pins, finger grooves, no finger grooves, serrated blade, no serrated blade, high polished stainless steel, 420, or I opted for the S30V on this. It was not that much more. Serrations are like $5 edition. Not a huge fan of serrations, but I wanted to get one, obviously, to have in the collection. This thing is a mean mofo. I love it. This is the blue wood. Like I said, it's like a Dymalox wood. Dyed blue. Feels absolutely fantastic in the hand. I had no idea it would feel so amazing in the hand. I'm debating whether or not to get my second custom in elk and finger grooves, though I really do like the look of just the standard 110. Just give you guys just a comparison here. But if you want something to lock you in better, I would definitely go with the finger grooves. People who get the 112s with finger grooves absolutely love them. Beautiful piece. Now, being a custom, I opted for pins on this. Give it that classic look, and probably to secure the inserts a little bit better, because I figured I'd be using this harder than my 112 that I opted out. But you do notice this lockback spring pin is hidden underneath. So if you got to do any maintenance to it, they're going to have to take off these covers. I guess they'll have to take off the covers anyway, so it's irrelevant. But that's one difference you notice. If you do offer pins, you just get cover pins at the custom shop. But if you go with a standard 110, this is what it looks like. This pin is proud. It is not catching though. They round it off really well. It is basically what locks that lockback in. I don't think this will have an issue whatsoever. It gives it a good, nice, clean look. Well, I guess I just showed my collection. I really didn't talk about the 110 that much. This video is getting long, but I really, just the design language of this knife is absolutely incredible. I do love the 112. I do love their fixed blades. They're absolutely awesome. There's something magical about the design language of case knives. There are totally two different animals here, but I didn't realize it until I held this first one in my hand. Something is so awesome about them. Now, like I said, I have big hands. These, I think, are about a 5-inch handle length. 4 3/4-inch handle length. I guess I should do a blade measurement on this. Sorry for the long video, guys. I start talking about these. They are 3 3/4 with a cutting length of 3 5/8. They're not for everybody. Definitely for me. I almost had no idea I had 7 of them until I busted them all out. They're all very unique. They're all very special. And like I said, I will be ordering more. For the price of a custom, it may seem like a lot to get one in elk and all the bells and whistles for around $200. But compare it to modern knives these days that are $300-$400. Even a $250 knife. I think I'd rather have a custom buck 110 for $200 than some modern flipper. But everybody is different. I'm not knocking. I love all knives. The serrations, great for cutting rope. I am very glad I went with the blue wood, though that was the hardest thing. I want a buffalo. I want a walnut. Multiple options you can get with this knife. Just keep your eyes open if you're interested, or go check out the Buck Custom Shop and build your own. Thank you guys for watching. You guys stay sharp, be kind, and take chances.